All right, what's up, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We're going to be taking a look at ticker symbol NNDM. This is Nano Dimension, and this was a viewer request. Okay, so if you have any stocks, ticker symbols you want me to analyze, give you some technical analysis on, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. All right, um, I do viewer request every single week, so we'll go ahead and jump right into it. Okay. Let's start off with the 3-year weekly chart. In the last video I made on NNDM a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I basically gave you guys, my buy zone, right? If you're looking to start accumulating shares, not to go 100%, full position size, because there's always risk that we can fall lower. But, where you would want to start essentially, looking at getting a position started. And the reason that I chose this area, right, is because I explained how we haven't tested a lot of these levels from 2019, 2020 after, the big rally. All right. 2020 and 2021, was a year of euphoria. All right. There was a lot of euphoria and a lot of stocks, and, they ran up massively. All right. We'll take a look here. And this is what I mean. Okay. This stock went from 51 cents all the way up to here, to like 1789. I mean, that's a 4,000% return in like a year. All right, that this stock had went up 4,000%. That's definitely a euphoria cycle, and after that euphoria is going to come dysphoria, right? So when everything runs up really hard, it's going to pull back just as hard as well. So you have to keep that in mind. Remember that, and always take profits along the way. You're never wrong for taking profits. You can if you're scared that you don't want to miss out on profits, what you can do is you can set a trailing stop loss, right? And a trailing stop loss, if you set something at like negative 10%, right, and let's say the stock is at $10, right, so your stop loss would be $9 at $10. Well, if it runs up to $12, your stop loss is not going to be at $9 anymore. It's going to be at like 1088, right? It's going to be 10% less of 12. So if the stop loss will trail the stock price and keep, if the stock keeps going up, the stop loss will trail it, right? So that way your stop loss isn't stuck at 9 when you set the stop loss at 10, and then it comes up. And if you held it all the way up to 1789 and then never sold, and then you end up selling at 9, you missed out on almost $8 worth of profit per share, right? But if you come up to 1789 right here and you do 10% down, and we look at like 10% down, then you'll basically have some more money, right? Instead of being stopped out at 9. Now, we are coming back and testing these levels. That's what these are. And I gave you guys some buy zones. All right. Essentially what I did was I took all of the weekly chart, like main levels, right, where we're touching it a lot. We're looking here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times this price level here at $1.34 was touched, respected, so that makes it a very valid point of interest where buyers and sellers may come in and, show some price action. All right. And the other one was this level here at 332. We've been bouncing right around 332, trying to find some support there. It has dipped a little bit below each time, but it's been recovering very nicely. We're going to go into the daily chart now, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up my drawing for the daily chart and just give you guys some analysis on essentially what is going on here with the daily chart. Okay. We got the RSI pulled up here. We have our volume average right here. And then this is the simple moving averages. All right. So first off, if we look here, this yellow one is the 50 SMA. This is going to be, this was our first resistance that we needed to flip, right? When it comes to the moving averages, and we've done that. All right. So if you look here, the yellow line is a 50 SMA. It was kind of acting as a resistance, and now it's a support level for us. We're going to need to maintain that as support and keep trading above the 50 SMA to continue this bullishness, right? We do have a nice candlestick pattern here that was, gave us a little bit of indication that we could see some more bullish activity. This is what is known as 3 white crows. When you see these 3 bodies right here, these 3 candlestick bodies, that is what's known as 3 white crows right there. All right. And you can Google it, look it up. That is a bullish candlestick pattern. And then we also have a little bit of some bullish divergence. Okay, I'm going to go back to the daily chart, zoom back out a little bit so you guys can see. And I'll go over, essentially what bullish divergence is and how you want to, kind of know about it, the things you need to know about it, right? So essentially, it's when the stock price is making lower highs, right? Like we are right here. If we look, I drew it right here, lower high. So here's our high, here's a lower high, and then here's another lower high, right? But if we look on the RSI down here, okay, we have a higher high here at this oval, all right, and then we come down here, we have a higher high right here. So here's our high, we're making a higher high, and then if we come right here to this spot on here, again, we are making a higher high. So that's a little bit of some bullish divergence on the top of the RSI. And then, the stock prices also was making lower lows. So here's a low here, here's a low here, and here's a low here. That's 3 lower lows. But again, we make higher lows each time on the RSI. So if you look here at this oval, we come down, this is our low, right? We're making a higher low right here, making another higher low right here. And you can see when the RSI starts falling and coming towards this trend line on the RSI, we're starting to get a bounce there. These are areas where it's bouncing. All right. So what I think is going to happen, on the RSI, we have had 4 bullish days on NNDM. I would not be surprised if it pulls back, but there's still plenty of room. Okay. There's nothing saying that this is overbought at all. On the RSI, we're sitting right around 57-ish on the RSI. Above 70 on the RSI is what's known as overbought. So, we're definitely not in overbought territory. We have 2 signs of bullish divergence working for us. So what I think is, if the stock comes and pulls back a little bit, right, what we're going to look for is we're going to look for it to, find some support kind of in this range right here. Okay. And if we don't find any support there on the RSI, then I would look for the bounce near the RSI trend line, a little bit lower between like 30 and 35 on the RSI. So, that's the bullish divergence. I have a full divergence tutorial about 10 minutes long in the top right-hand corner of this video, if you want to watch that and really just get a little bit more of an in-depth explanation. It's not a long video. It's like 5 or 10 minutes long, but it's really good info to know if you're not familiar with bullish divergence. Let's take a look at the volume now, because volume is very key. Okay. Volume and price action control the chart. And that is the true data that you need to look at, right? Those are not lagging indicators. That's real-time indicators, right? All of these technically are a little bit lagging, the SMAs, the RSI, and things like that. But, what we're looking for, this line right here is going to be the volume average. Okay. And we can look here and see that there's many times in the past year that we were trading above the volume average. Now we have had 4 bullish days of green activity, but the volume is low, which this just means that there's low buying volume. And to really see a true reversal in NNDM, we're going to want to see some bigger buyer volume, right? Like on these days, we had some really, really big volume in the buying, and that started our uptrend. Okay. We haven't gone any lower than 3 since, this big increase in the volume right here. So that was our initial buying volume spike that, potentially started the reversal. But for it to continue, we need to do the things that I mentioned. Okay. We need to claim this 50 SMA as our support level and keep it as support instead of a resistance. Right. And the volume, we're going to want to see, the volume continue to increase and, get back up above this volume moving average. All right. So, again, we'll go back to the weekly chart and you guys can see, or we'll just keep it on the daily. And I'm going to change my drawing set real quick and we'll zoom in. And again, this is the areas where I feel comfortable adding some shares in. Of course, it's not financial advice, but this is just my opinion, based on some technical analysis. It is right around 332, right? We did bottom out at 3. We dipped below it, as I said. But, we have been bouncing pretty nicely right along that support level. And, I'm comfortable putting some long-term positions that I would hold maybe for like a year, 5 years, 10 years, at these price levels, right? Now, it does offer some very juicy returns if you're looking to hold, back until it reaches all-time highs on the on the year chart, on the daily chart, the 1 year, 1 day chart, if we go back up to $10.44, that's right there is around 183% returns on your profit. So, that's not even the all-time highs for the stock. That's just, the highs in the past year, in the past 52 weeks. 52-week highs is, what you would call that. Um, you know, but I don't think that we're going to see all-time highs anytime soon in the stock market. Okay, there's still a little bit of, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, but things are turning around nicely. Okay, a lot of the Fed interest rate hikes, are the fear of those have pretty much been dealt with and matched and faced, as well as a lot of the inflation fears. Okay, so the main catalyst that we have to worry about for the stock market as a whole is the Russia-Ukraine war situation, and if we start to see that de-escalate, then I think the market is going to react very well to that. And small cap stocks like NNDM are going to be the ones that explode the most, right? I mean, I told you guys, I don't think we're going to see all-time highs very soon. So I don't think we're going to go all the way back up to 1789. But, there is potential that we could go back up to 1044, at the end of the year, right? Now, right now, I'm essentially just showing you guys some good buy zones where I think we should buy, buy some long-term positions. If you guys are looking for some short-term resistance levels, right, where you want to figure out where to take profit, if you're swing trading or day trading this, I can go ahead and chart that up for you. Just let me know in the comment section, hey, I'm looking to possibly do a swing trade. And, let me know, like, if you're thinking a week or a month, a couple months, right? Because a swing trade doesn't really have to be just like 1 day. You can get a position and hold it for a couple weeks, a couple months until it hits your price target, or you get stopped out of it, right? You always want to have good risk management when trading. That's key. That's the way that you're going to save yourself from blowing up your account. All right, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching this video. And if you want to join the Options Trading Tycoons Discord, the link to join is in the description below. If you use code Zachly, like the channel name ZachlyTrades, you will get a discount on your membership. And there's lots and lots of good stuff going on in the Discord. We have new members joining all the time. We recently had a member, when he joined, his account was negative 30,000, profit loss year to date. And we were able to get him out of the negative, year to date. And then also, last time we checked on him, he was up 10,000 year to date, right? So that's about a $40,000 gain, and he got that in 1 or 2 months, right? So lots of good stuff going on there. Again, link in the description if you want to join. Use code Zachly.